Good afternoon everyone, happy Easter and welcome to Yin Meditation with me, Alice Dean. For the class today, you might want to grab some props. If you don't have a block or two handy, you can grab some thick books. I've also got a bolster here. If you haven't got a bolster, maybe you'd like to grab a pillow, a cushion, and then also a blanket as well. So just to assist your practice today. So I'll let you get those, a couple of minutes. We're actually going to begin seated today. So I'm going to start with guiding you through a pranayama, a breathing exercise called Nadi Shodhana, which means alternate nostril breathing. So to begin with, I want you to find a comfortable seat. Now, if you're sitting down with your legs crossed, your knees are lifted like this, I would suggest to sit on either a block, a book, or you can sit on bolster or cushion. So something to elevate your hips. So that, I want you to imagine if there was water trickling down, it would trickle down your thighs. So once you're sitting upright, make sure you're rooting your sitting bones down, finding a nice long spine. And just close the eyes. You can just rest the hands on the knees, the thighs, or if you prefer, you can rest the palms to face up. And then just getting any wriggles, any fidgets out the way, and just finding a place of stillness here. So whatever day you've had, just try and leave that outside of the space that you're in. And we're going to spend this next hour creating more space in the body, the mind, getting out of our heads into our bodies, finding a little bit more calm, peace. And just take another 3 just conscious breaths here, just checking in with yourself, checking in with your body, just noticing how you're feeling. If your mind's busy, nice. Now you may want to keep your eyes closed. You can just gently open your eyes while I just explain the pranayama that we're going to be doing today. So Nadi Shodhana, we're going to be using our right hand for this practice. So you can just rest your left hand on your thigh. And we're going to be using the index finger and the middle finger, which will be resting where our third eye is located, so between the eyebrows. Now you're going to be using your right thumb, to block your right nostril, and your ring finger, your fourth finger, to block your left nostril. So I'm going to be counting you through this. I'm going to be guiding you through this. So just to explain, we're going to be breathing in through the left nostril for a count of 5 seconds. We're going to close it with our ring finger, and then we're going to be exhaling through the right nostril for 5. And then we inhale through the right for 5. We close with our thumb. We exhale through the left nostril for 5. So that's one complete round, going from right back to left. So the benefit of this practice is to really calm the nervous system, to balance out both sides of the brain hemisphere. It's also a great tool for anxiety, for stress. So I'm going to count you through 10 rounds. We're going to do this all together. So again, before you start, just check in with your body. Make sure you're sitting up as tall as you can, really lifting up through the crown of the head. Soften the shoulders. And then bring your index finger, middle finger to the middle of the forehead. Now just take a nice deep breath in through the nose, through both nostrils. Big breath in. And then exhale through the mouth. Do that one more time. Nice deep breath in through the nose. And exhale. You can sigh it out through the mouth. Okay, so closing your right nostril with your thumb. Start to inhale through the left for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close with your ring finger. Exhale through the right nostril for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale through the right for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close. Exhale left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale left, 2, 3, 4, 5. Close. Exhale right, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale right, 2, 3, 4, 5. Close. Exhale left, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale left, 2, 3, 4, 5. Close. Exhale right, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale right, 2, 3, 4, 5. Close. Exhale left, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale left, 2, 3, 4, 5. Close. Exhale right, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale right, 2, 3, 4, 5. Close. Exhale left, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale left, 2, 3, 4, 5. Close. Exhale right, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale right, 2, 3, 4, 5. Close. Exhale left, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale left. Close. Exhale right. Inhale right. Close. Exhale left. Inhale left. Close. Exhale right. Inhale right. Close. Exhale left. And take one more round in your counts. Once you've done that, just release your right hand down, eyes closed, and just observe your breath now. Observe how your body feels, any different, any changes. Nice. And then just gently opening the eyes, lifting the gaze. If you're sitting on anything, just come to remove the block, the cushion, whatever you were sitting on, and make your way around onto your hands and your knees. So we're going to begin with child's pose today. So I'm going to give you options as we go through each posture. You pick whatever feels good for your body. So what I do might not be good for you. So with your child's pose, we're going to open the knees. If this does not feel comfortable, you can place your blanket. You can pop it in between your hamstrings, your calves for a little bit more support like this. If you have knee pain, I would always suggest this variation. And then we're going to be sitting back into the heels. You might want to use a block or your book to rest your forehead onto. And then arms extended out. Again, there's different levels. Maybe take a different level with the block. Take it down a notch without using the block. Bring the forehead down onto the mat. Okay, so the first 30 seconds or so is just kind of easing your way into the posture. Now I'm going to start my timer, my watch. So I'm going to encourage you to close your eyes as much as possible. throughout this practice to really try and shift the focus inwards. So once you've found that place of stillness, just notice how the body feels. So bringing your awareness to the physical body. Notice the sensations, whereabouts you're feeling this. So maybe the tops of the ankles, the feet, maybe the lower back feels like a nice release. Maybe down the sides of your body, through the lats, the triceps. And then really try and soften the shoulders, the back of the neck. And then tuning into your breath. So if you're new to yin practice, we're going to be holding each position for around 3 to 5 minutes. So this is going to work much deeper into our connective tissue, our fascia, working deeply into the muscles to create more space, relaxation. So the polar opposite of a dynamic yoga practice. You're going to really take it down. So you're already halfway in. The most challenging aspect of yin is to be still. When the body's still, the mind wants to take over. So just notice any thoughts that come and go. Imagine them like clouds. Just watch them pass and try not to hold any attachment, any judgments. And you can use your breath as a tool to really anchor you into the present moment. Okay, we've got our last 30 seconds here. Giving yourself another body scan. Any areas that are resisting, maybe holding a little bit more tension than they should do, try and soften. And then taking your last 3 deep breaths here. Try and breathe in and out through the nose. Final 2. Last 1. Nice. And then be very mindful how you exit. So very slowly, just start to walk the hands back towards the knees. Maybe keeping the eyes closed. And then just bringing yourself into a tabletop position. So bring the weight into the arms. Wrists are under shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. Spread the fingers wide, press all 10 knuckles down firmly. And then let's just move through some cat and cow. So just to mobilize the spine. You can keep those eyes closed as you take an inhale. Just lift the hips, drop the belly, open the chest. And then with your exhale, slowly start to tuck your tailbone. Draw the belly button up into the spine and bring the chin right down in towards the chest. Let's go again. As you inhale, lift the hips, slowly drop the belly. Nice and broad through the chest, shoulders down. And then using your exhale, press the floor away with your hands. Try and really round up through the spine. Push up in between the shoulder blades. And final, last one. Inhale to lift. Nice and slowly, as you exhale, rounding up through the spine. Nice, and then coming back to your neutral spine, your tabletop. From here, we're going to take a downward dog. So maybe bring the hands a little bit further forwards. Maybe turn the hands out slightly. You're going to tuck the toes under. Lift the knees, lift the seat up. Press your chest back towards your thighs. Relax the back of the neck. And then take any movement here that feels good for you in your downward dog. Maybe slowly pedaling up through the heels. Maybe shaking the head, yes and no. If there's any tension in the neck. Make sure shoulders are away from the ears. Thumb knuckles pressing down. Breathing in and out through the nose. Nice. So from here, we're going to walk the hands back towards the feet. Okay, so the next one we're going to be hanging forward. So kind of like a rag doll. Make sure your feet are at least hip width apart. So you want to make sure both fists between the feet, that's around hip distance. If you are tight in the hamstrings, I'd suggest maybe take the feet a little bit wider, mat width. Have a nice soft bend in the knees. Ground down through the soles of the feet. You have the option to catch hold of either elbow, like so, or you can let the back of the hand just rest onto the mat. Okay, so I'm starting my timer from now. This can be quite intense for some people. So just know that the sensation is going to change. Whatever you're experiencing, it's not going to be forever. Stay with your breath. It's a really nice decompression for the spine. So just really relax the neck, let the weight of the head do the work for you. Relax the shoulders, let the arms be heavy. And really check in with the feet. This is your foundation. Make sure feet are grounding down. Big toe, little toe, heel. Try and get your stomach resting on your thighs, maybe your chest as well. Maybe eyes closed. And then resist the urge to move. So resist the urge to sway from side to side. As you take a deep breath in, you should feel your belly press against your thighs. And as you exhale, just imagine your spine is lengthening. So if you've been sitting down a lot during the day, this is a really nice one. This is one of my favorite postures actually. Okay, so we're halfway in. Really try and just zone out. Relaxing the jaw, softening the face, softening the eyelids. Mind is drifting off to thoughts of the future, the past, things to do. Bring yourself back to the sensations of the body and back to the awareness of your breath. So last 3 deep breaths here. Final 2. Last one. Nice. And then really slowly take a deeper bend into your knees. Plant the hands down in front of the feet. And then crawl the hands forwards, coming back into your downward facing dog. So crawling out. Take it nice and slow. Maybe eyes stay closed. Lifting the hips up. Maybe having a bend in the knees. Lengthening the spine. Nice. Okay, from here we're going to come into our lizard pose. So bring your feet together behind you, legs together, and then send the right leg up into the air. So bend the knee to open the hip. Nice, you can relax the foot, lift the knee up nice and high. Good. Now using a little bit of momentum, we're going to step that right foot next to the right hand. If it doesn't reach, just gently grab the ankle, pull the foot further forwards. And then drop your left knee, your back knee down onto the mat. So if you need a little bit more support here, I suggest you roll up the edge of your mat, pop your knee on, or you can use a cushion if this doesn't feel comfortable on your back knee. And then from here, we're going to turn the right toes out slightly. Before you do this, just check your ankle is underneath your knee. Your joints should be stacked. This is to protect your knee. Turn the right toes out. And then this might be enough for you. Untuck the back toes, this might be good. You can stay on your fingertips, you can stay on your hands. You might want to use your blocks, your books. I've only got one here. Imagine if I had 2, you're going to rest your elbows onto your blocks, your books. You might be able to come all the way down without them. Okay, so adjust accordingly. You might want to rest your forehead onto a block. So find a place, I'm not going to say which is comfortable, but a place where you feel muscular tension and that you can hold and breathe. Okay, timer's on. So we want to feel quite a deep opening through the hips. It's very easy to hold the tension in the shoulders here. So relax the shoulders if you're down on your elbows. Flip your palms to face up. Relax the hands. Practice stillness here. Practice patience. Really take this moment to listen to what's going on inside. Observe. And get to know yourself a little bit better from the inside. We're halfway in. Bring yourself back to your breath. Take your final 3 deep breaths here. Send the breath a little bit deeper as you inhale. Exhale all the way out into empty. Another 2 like that. Final 1. Okay, very slowly, be mindful how you come out. We're going to walk the hands, if they're not already up, push up onto your hands, walk the hands back until they're underneath the shoulders. Now we're going to transition into pigeon pose on this side. So from here, just heel toe your right foot all the way over to the left side of the mat. And then dropping the knee down. Have a little look behind you. If you can, slide that left knee even further back. Untuck the back toes. For some of you here, you might want to pop a block or a book underneath your right sitting bone. So I want you to imagine your hip bones, they both should be pointing forwards. Maybe come up onto your fingertips, draw your right hip back, left hip forwards. If there's any pain or pinching sensation in the knee, I'm going to give you an alternative in a second. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose, lift up through the chest, and then as you exhale, slowly, you can either walk the hands forward, you can drop down onto the elbows again, maybe resting your forehead onto a block. Maybe the bolster or the pillow is in front of you. You might want to hug onto it and turn your head one way. I'm going to let you know when halfway is up, and then we can turn the head in the opposite direction. If this is no good in your knee, alternative is to lie onto your back, cross your right ankle just above your left knee, and then grab the back of that left leg and come to here. Or maybe you can interlace the fingers just above the left knee. And then just focus on trying to soften the shoulders. Maybe flexing the right foot just to protect that right knee. Okay, so wherever you are, maybe your eyes closed. Notice where you're feeling this. So hopefully the right glute, the right outer thigh. Giving yourself a body scan, noticing if you can soften your shoulders a little bit more, any areas that might want to hold onto tension, the jaw. Okay, so we are halfway in. If your head is turned one way, then turn it the opposite way. Maybe you can walk the hands even further out. Maybe if your forehead is resting on a block, you might want to remove the block, bring your forehead down onto the mat. Just going a little bit deeper. Coming back to your breath. Using this as a meditation practice in itself. Okay, we've got our last 30 seconds, taking 3 more deep breaths here. Breathing in through the nose, releasing a full breath out. Final 2. Exhale all the way out into empty. And last one. Beautiful. Now slowly with your inhale, start to lift up onto your hands. Walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. And then from here, tuck the back toes under. We're going to press straight back into our downward dog. So push into the hands, lift the right knee off, and then stepping back. Feet hip distance apart. Check the hands, spread the fingers nice and wide. Take any movement here that feels good and natural. Maybe pedaling out through the heels. And then just noticing the different sensation between the right and the left. Okay, let's take it onto the other side. So bring the legs together behind you. As you inhale, slowly lift the left leg up behind you. Bend the knee open through the hip. Nice. Now we're going to step this left foot next to the left hand. If it doesn't reach, remember you can just grab the foot and just gently guide it forwards. Okay. So drop the back knee down. If you need to roll up the right edge of the mat, then do so, or place a cushion underneath the right knee. Check your left ankle is underneath your left knee. Maybe you want to turn the left toes out. Maybe you want to stay on your hands. Maybe you can gently bring yourself down. You might just drop down onto the right elbow here. You might drop down onto both. Using a block, using cushions, supporting your practice. Okay. Maybe staying up onto your hands, maybe hands under blocks to get a little bit more height. So wherever you are in your lizard, try not to round the spine too much. So relax the shoulders, think of reaching the crown of the head forwards. And then noticing the sensations on this side, which are going to be different from the other side. Maybe you're feeling in a different place. Maybe it's less intense, maybe it's more intense this side. Coming back to your breath whenever you need to. emotions that do come up as well. It's completely natural. In yoga, the hips especially, they hold onto a lot of emotions. So the psoas is known as the seat of the soul in yoga. So it's where we store emotions. If you feel like you're getting frustrated, or if anything is bubbling up to surface, just ride it out. So they say the more you feel, the deeper you heal. Okay, we're halfway there. Okay, last 30 seconds. Taking a deeper breath in through the nose. Longer breath out. Final 2. Last 1. Stay for that full exhale. Nice. Slowly pushing up onto your hands if you're not here already. Take yourself very slowly out, and then heel toeing that left foot all the way over to the other side, coming into your pigeon pose. So heel toe all the way over, unless you're taking that reclined variation, which is a little bit kinder on the knee. Otherwise, if you're here, slide that right leg back away from you. Have a little look back. Make sure the leg isn't flaring out to the side. It's going straight back. Come up onto your fingertips. Let's align the hips. So draw the left hip back, right hip forwards. By all means, use a block. Use a book to elevate that left hip. Take a deep breath in. Lift the chest. And then slowly, as you exhale, walk the hands forwards. Use a block, a book to rest your forehead onto, hug onto a cushion, do whatever you need to support your practice. And then finding stillness. Resist the urge to move, fidget. If you're on your elbows, palms face up, relax the hands. So if your head is turned one way, turn it the opposite way. Deepen your breath. Last 30 seconds here. Final 2. Last breath here. Nice, okay, very slowly. Maybe your eyes can stay closed, start to lift up onto your hands or walk the hands back. Easing your way out. If you're sitting on a block, remove the block, the book, and then tucking your back toes under, press into the hands, lift the left knee off the floor, and then step back into your down dog. Take it nice and slowly. And then any small, subtle movement here. Maybe a little push into one heel at a time. Again, just noticing how the body feels now. If you get any pins and needles, any tingling sensations, it's totally normal. Nice, and then drop the knees down onto the mat. Okay, so we're going to come into puppy dog. So if you untuck the toes from here, I'm just going to shuffle back so you can see. So we want to make sure the knees are underneath the hips. For those of you who are a little bit more open through the shoulders, the upper back, the chest, you might be able to shuffle the knees even further back. But we're going to be reaching the hand to the top of the mat and then bringing the forehead down onto the floor. Like so. You can, if you have a bit more space, maybe bring the chin down, or alternatively you shuffle the knees further back. So we're aiming to sink the chest down low to the floor. If this does not feel good for your shoulders, I find this feels better if I point my thumbs up, just to give a little bit more external rotation through the shoulders. So have a little play what feels good for you. So forehead down, chin down, palms flat, maybe thumbs up. Maybe knees can shuffle back a little bit more. Okay, and then eyes closed. And maybe your elbows are lifted off the floor, that's okay. This is this is a deep chest opener, shoulders as well. So again, if you're sitting down a lot, this is a great one for posture. With every exhale, try and surrender a little bit more. Try and melt your chest. Try and drop the shoulders. Try and soften the face. Okay, we're halfway in. Final minute here. Okay, final 3 deep breaths. Last 2. Final 1. Okay, and then from here, just slide back into your child's pose. So by that I mean just slide your hips back towards your heels. Bring the knees together and let the arms come rest down by your sides. Turn your head one way, let the shoulders be completely heavy, let the shoulders roll forwards. Eyes closed, palms facing up to the sky. And then just turn the head the other way. Nice, and then bring the forehead down onto the mats, and then just gently rocking side to side, just massaging the forehead. Nice, and then releasing the hands. Gently press yourself up to kneeling. And then just come and shift over onto one side, taking a seat. So for this next one, I have a bolster with me. If you haven't got a bolster, you can lay a cushion behind you. We're going to come into reclined butterfly. So for this, bearing in mind we're going to be here for a few minutes. If you're tight through the hips, if you feel like this could be uncomfortable, then I would suggest to use your blocks just to support your hips, so placing them to the outer thighs. If you're a bit more mobile, obviously bring them further away from the hips. If you're less mobile in the hips, bring them a little bit higher up. Have a play around what feels good. With your bolster, with your cushion, we're going to lay it directly behind you. And then from here, soles of the feet together. Slowly start to lie back over your bolster. Make sure your head is supported. If you feel like this is uncomfortable in your neck, another option, you can roll up your blanket and pop it at the top. Like so, it's not a very thick blanket. So just to help lengthen the back of the neck slightly. So imagine tucking the chin down towards the chest. And then have the arms down by your sides, away from the sides of your body. Move anything if it's touching you, so you can relax the arms, the hands, palms facing up. You should feel really nice. And then, like always, close down the eyes. Give yourself a body scan once you're here. From the crown of your head down to your toes. Relaxing anywhere that might be resisting. Letting your body know it's safe to be here, it's safe to rest, to do nothing. It's like the shoulders melt away from your ears. Stay where you are. Okay, we're halfway in. 30 seconds. So bringing your awareness back to your breath. Deeper breath in. Longer breath out. Final 2. Last one. Nice. And then from here, maybe using your hands to assist and draw the knees in towards each other. And then just come and roll onto one side. Careful. And then just rolling the bolster of the cushion out the way. And just coming to lie on your back. And then hugging your knees in towards your chest. Taking a few little rocks from side to side. Keep the head on the floor, just gently massaging the lower back, kidneys. Maybe taking your hands to either knee and drawing some circles out. Taking whatever feels good. Nice. Okay, so we're going to come into a twist. I'm going to give you options for this. So arms out to the sides like a T shape. You want to make sure your arms are shoulder height. Now let's shift the hips just a little bit over to the right side. Now we've got 2 options. The knees are going to fall over to your left side. You might want to place a block or your books underneath your left knee. This is option 1. Option 2, you might want to place the bolster or the cushion between your legs, like so, and let the knees drop over. And then you're going to be turning your head to the right side. You might want to place your left hand on top of the right knee. Turn your head to the right, tuck your chin down towards your right shoulder. You can either have a cushion or bolster between your knees, or you can have a block or book underneath your left knee. Do what feels good for your body. And then if that right shoulder is lifted very far off of the floor, just bring the right arm down to the sides, down a little bit lower. Just completely relax the legs, let the weight of the legs draw you deeper into that spinal twist. Relax the shoulders even more. And last 30 seconds here. Take another 2 really deep breaths. Final one. Nice. And then slowly You can use your hand as assistance to lift the knees. You can use the strength of your core to draw the legs up through center. And then we're going on to the other side. So just shift the hips a tiny bit over to the left so you have a bit more space. Again, use any props that you did on the other side, or have a little figure out what works good on this side for you. Drop the knees over to your right. Maybe you have a block or a cushion and the knees are over, resting the right hand onto your left knee. And then turning the head, tucking the chin down towards the left shoulder. And you want to make sure the knees are around about hip height. Okay, again, closing the eyes, noticing how this side feels. Try and sink that left shoulder down in towards the ground. I'll be here for one more minute. Bringing awareness back to your breath, deepening your inhale, lengthening your exhale. Final two. Last one. Nice. And then being very mindful how you exit, gently bringing the knees back up through center. And then bringing the hands just below the knees, or wrapping the arms around the shins. Bring your forehead up. To meet your knees, give yourselves a big squeeze. Pointing into the toes, releasing the whole back body. Nice, dropping the head down, and we're going to come into our relaxations, Shavasana. So by all means, grabbing any props that you need, maybe a blanket, maybe you want to rest a cushion or the bolster underneath your knees for a little bit more support for your lower back. So extending the legs out long, palms facing up, take up as much space as you can, so really start. fishing the body out. And then once you're there, let's lift the chest up off the floor. Slide your shoulder blades lower down your back. Come back to lie down. And then taking deepest breath in of the day so far, breathing in through the nose. Feeling right up, a little pause at the top, and then exhale through the mouth. Let's do that again. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Up as much as you can, little pause at the top, and then exhale, side out through the mouth, let it all go. Nice, and then just breathing naturally in and out through the nose. Relaxing the toes. Relaxing the feet.
Ah! Okay.
Softening the ankles. The knees. Relaxing the hips. Softening the belly. Letting the shoulders be heavy and just melt into the ground. Relaxing the elbows, the wrists, hands. Relaxing the face, the jaw, relaxing the tongue, forehead, softening the eyelids, feeling your whole body relax. Nothing to do other than just rest and be for the next few minutes. Finding peace, relaxation, just surrender. And just starting now to bring your awareness to all the sounds that you hear outside in the distance. And then bringing awareness now to the temperature on your skin, the smells around you. And then tuning in to your breath. And then just starting to slowly wake the body up, bringing some small movement into the hands, the feet, wiggling fingers, toes, circling your wrists, your ankles. And then when you feel ready, taking a full body stretch, reaching the arms overhead, bring the legs together, pointing into the toes, stretching the whole front body. And then hugging your knees in towards your chest, keep the head down on the floor, gently rock from side to side. And then falling onto your right side, pausing here for a moment. And then keeping the eyes closed, press the left hand down into the ground and slowly bring yourself up to a comfortable seat. So again, sitting on a block, a book, anything, maybe kneeling if that's better. Finding a nice long spine. Imagine crown of the head reaching up to the ceiling, sitting bones rooting down. And then bringing your hands to your heart center, so thumbs to the middle of your chest, feel your heartbeat. And then bowing your head into your hands, namaste, thank yourselves for practicing. Gently lifting the head, the gaze. Well done everybody. Have a lovely rest of your Easter. I hope to see you again soon. Thank you so much for coming.